Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making sarma, dolma, stuffed cabbage, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to go into detail about this video and how to make it. I got a couple requests on Instagram saying that they weren't coming out flavorful, that they're very bland when you guys make them. So I'm going to go step by step and I'm going to go in detail explaining what I do, the steps that I take to get these phenomenal sarma. So stick around for the recipe. So when it comes to the cabbage, there's three options that you can do. You can boil the whole head of cabbage. That's usually what my mother-in-law does and what the older generation does. You can buy store-bought cabbage that's already been boiled. I don't like doing that though because there is a lot of preservatives and just junk in that jar. What I do is I take a whole cabbage and I put it in my freezer. As soon as I get home, I'll wash it, I'll put it in my freezer, and I'll let it sit at least 48 hours in my fridge. After that, I'll take it out and I'll let it thaw overnight. And you guys see here, I just cut open that bottom right there and they just start peeling off. Those layers of cabbage just start peeling off. They're not, watery because they were in that brine. They're not watery because they were being, boiled. They come out absolutely phenomenal. So if you've never made sarma before, I highly, highly recommend doing this step. Just freeze it, let it sit at least 2 days in the freezer. You don't even have to let it sit 48 hours. I think 24 hours is fine, but that's how long I had mine in there. And you guys see, they're just peeling off. And that's the easiest way when it comes to making sarma. So here I have some garlic, pepper, onion, and carrots, and I'm going to use an electric chopper to mix this all up. I cannot tell you guys how much this boosts the flavor. I have tried everything to get a perfect tasting sarma. Every time I was making them, they were falling short and I'd have to use like VEGETA to make it taste good. I was smearing AVJAR all over the place. I'm telling you guys, this isn't a step that I recommend. This is something you should definitely do when you're making sarma. Try it next time. If you don't have one of these electric choppers, I got mine at Aldi. It was 10 bucks. It's totally worth it. It saves so much time and it gives you the most flavorful sarma you will ever try. All right, so once you've chopped up all of those veggies in your chopper, you're gonna add it to your meat. And I wanna talk about what kind of meat you should use. Here I'm using a 90% lean ground beef because that's what my family uses. I really don't like to use a fattier type of meat, but what I do is I add some oil to it. I add grapeseed oil to the mix because sarma really wants a fattier type of meat. But if you're like me, just add the oil. If you use a fattier type of meat, that's totally fine. Just skip that oil step. And what I'm doing is I'm just combining all the ingredients that are listed below in the description box, and I'm gonna mix that with my hands until well combined. And please guys, don't be one of those old Slavic ladies that takes, raw ground beef and tries it to see if it's salty. Take my word, I add 2 tablespoons. If you think that that's not enough, then you can add more. But remember, we're adding chicken stock when we're gonna be cooking these too, so that's also a little salty. But please do not try ground beef that is raw. So now the fun part, we're gonna assemble the sarma. Here I have my sarma leaves and my cabbage leaves. And what I'm gonna do is I don't cut down the center. I don't know why, but I cut one side leaving that rib, leaving that thick part, and the other side leaving just a little bit. And what we wanna do is we wanna remove anything that's thick from that rib. So the rib, like I said, is that fat little part that's in the center that kind of holds both sides together. I'm gonna cut that off so I get a nice flat surface, like a nice sheet of paper. I'm gonna do the best that I can to remove that. And then what I'm gonna do is I just take a spoon and about 2 to 2.5 tablespoons of the meat. I'm gonna start rolling that up. Now I'm gonna describe how to roll them up. You guys can see I'm just using my counter, nothing special. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold it and I'm gonna start tucking with my finger one side, and you guys see it's forming, and then I'm gonna flip it and I'm gonna do the other side. The other side is always harder because you're adding pressure, but it's okay. If they rip, I think this one rips, no big deal. Just do your best you can to form them to make them look nice and beautiful. And then, see, mine just ripped right there, totally fine. Then I'm just gonna press and firmly, put my fingers, keep my fingers there so that I form these beautiful little sarma. I'm gonna place them in my pan, and I'm gonna place them tightly one next to the other so that when they cook, they don't open up. Now I'm just gonna remove that other rib very slowly, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm going to put my meat, roll, and then I'm gonna tuck the sides. Once I finish making them, I'm going to take some chicken stock and some paprika, mix that together, and I'm going to pour that over my sarma and then just sprinkle some paprika on top. And I'm going to simmer this on low for 45 minutes. The reason you simmer it on low is so that they don't open up. We definitely don't want that. After they're done simmering, we're going to bake these. And the reason I bake them is because I personally do not like soggy, soft sarma. I want a little crunchiness. I want them to be cooked through, so I'm gonna also make a little sauce. And the sauce isn't anything special, it's just some heavy cream and some AVJAR or pepper spread. If you don't have an international market by you and you can't get this AVJAR or pepper spread, you can order online. There's a lot of Balkan stores that deliver directly to your home, or I think you can even order it on Amazon. I've seen it there before. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little brush, a little silicone brush, and I'm going to brush every single sarma with this sauce so that every single one gets a coating of this delicious sauce that's going to go on top. And what that's going to do is it's going to give us this beautiful golden brown color, because the heavy cream will then kind of roast up in the oven. And then whatever's left of the sauce, I'm just going to place it all over, and I'm going to cook this for like 15 to 20 minutes or until beautiful and golden brown. So make sure that you're close to your oven when this is happening, because you don't want them to burn. They are finally done. I'm so excited to try them. I can't address it enough. Taking those extra couple steps, grinding up the vegetables and putting the sauce on top, all of that really, really, really does make it 30, 40, 100 times better than your typical traditional sarma. So guys, please give this recipe a try. I'm telling you, you will never make them the old, soggy, boring way again. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, watch my other videos, share this with your family, add me on Instagram. I'm on Instagram. Again, thank you guys again. Thank you for all the love and support you guys have been giving in these past videos. And I will see you guys next time for another recipe.